Welcome back, guys. So let's just do a quick recap of what happened last week and what I'll be looking at this new week. So, last week I was looking at, no, just say because I took GBP AUD and AUD USD, and I ended up losing on both. So for AUD USD, if you can see here, if I use the daily time frame, you can see market was very much bearish. Uh, it was bearish and market price was at this level, if you see. So I was looking for sales, and once price reached here, I jumped in the 4 hour time frame. Then once the 4 hour time frame shifted, you can see market retested this zone. Then it gave me a head and shoulder pattern right here, even though it wasn't that clear, but I ended up taking the sale, and we lost this trade. We lost this trade. It just went down a bit, then went straight to stop loss. So yeah, and then market ended up retracing back and even breaking below. And we missed the trade as well because I thought it might give me another potential right shot that to then sell, but we didn't get that. Then second trade I took was AUD USD. I was looking at buys. If you can see, market was at this daily OG level, and this market is very much bullish. Then we tested this zone. So as usual, I jumped on the 4 hour time frame. The same thing I look for. And if I can just do this here, you can see that market really just did what everything I look for every time. You can see we had the left, we had the head, we had the right shoulder, we had the break. I waited for this pullback here, and even if I was late, I woke up when the market made this nice engulfing right there. Then I took my sell and put my stop loss right below these wicks, and market just went straight to our stop loss, uh, which is also okay. Then for this week, what I'll be looking at is we'll try to pick from these red pairs. So firstly, you can see in NZD USD that market has been bearish, by the way, in the weekly, and the daily time frame now has made a very clear head and shoulder pattern. You can see we have the left, we have the head, we have the right, and it retested this zone. And you can see after the retest, we're having this rejection, we're having this hammer pattern, and the daily is still bearish, the weekly is still bearish, but the 4 hour time frame is bullish. So the only way I can join this setup is after the 4 hour goes bearish. So this is why you've seen I've put this alert here. So I just need this market to break below and retest, then I can participate in these sales. Then I have USD JPY. You can see the daily time frame that market has been very much bullish. We are having that retest at this OG level again. On the weekly time frame, you can see that market is still bullish, and it had a nice break at this structure point here. And right now you can see that it closed with a bullish candle, but also at a week. So this week is just showing that the market is likely going to fill this week, but it left on the weekly time frame. And the 4 hour time frame, you can also see that we are now at this OG level. So what I need now is a deeper pullback, deeper retracement at this point, and the same thing to happen. I need my head and shoulder, then I need my retest to then buy. Simple. And then I have GPP card. You can see also GPP card, the The weekly has been very much bearish. If you remember, I've been trying to sell this, and if you clearly see that the price broke and we tested this weekly zone, and we are still bearish, even if it had this push at this position. I still have to look for sales, not until it breaks below. Then on the daily time frame, you can see that we're having a shift at this zone. The daily was bullish and now it's bearish. So the 4 hour time frame is bearish though. So we only have the daily. That's now everything is now in sync, and currently you can also see that even when the 4 hour had its shift from being bullish to bearish, it left a nice head and shoulder pattern. Let me just show you guys. At this position here, you can see we're having the left, we're having the head, we're having the right, and we're having the break. Now we have the retest. So at this point, this is where you expect the entry, because we are now having the bearish confirmation candle to then sell. But I can't just sell this yet because I missed this entry, which happened last week, because I wasn't looking at this pair. So the only legit way I can participate in this trade is just wait for this market to have a break of this zone here and retest, then I'll sell. Because I know since the 4 hour at the head and shoulder and the retest and everything, I'm sure in the 1 hour I'm likely going to see the same thing. So you can even see on the 1 hour we're having a nice head and shoulder pattern there at this point here. So we can just wait for that break and retest. Or even on the 2 hour time frame, we can just wait for that break and retest to then sell. Uh, on the 3 hour time frame as well. Yeah, so all I need is I just wanted to make another possible head and shoulder pattern, then it will be very much okay for me to participate, because I believe this market is going to sell. Yeah, and if you look at the daily time frame, let me just see if I drew this thing clear. I think it should be something like this, because if you try to like trace yourself back here, you can see the points are starting at this level. This is the OG level. We have 1, 2, we have 3, we have 4, we have 5 touches, and we have the retest there. So I think even the 1 hour head and shoulder is very much valid. The one we are having at this point. Yeah, even though it's just a bit risky, because but still you can capitalize off it. Just have to see how the market will open. What would even be nice is if this can do something like this again, you know. So if it can do something like this, then this will be very much okay for me to sell, because yeah, this is the actual daily OG level. If you can see it as the most touches, unless you just want it to be abnormally big, then you can do something like this, you know. But you can either draw it here or you can draw it right here, so I can just match all the positions. That's why I wanted to even break below this zone here, even though I know it's going the same direction. But I just want a bit of price action before I can actually sell this. But I know it's going to sell with what it already did last week. Then I have NZD USD. You know, NZD USD and NZD card usually go the same direction. So you can see this is still bearish, even though the weekly closed with a very strong, very bullish candle. I still expect it to have that strong sell. This might not even be ready this week. It might be ready for next week, but I'll still just keep it because I believe I believe the daily is now bullish, yes, and the 4 hour is now bullish, but the weekly is still bearish. So I just need one single daily candle to just close below here. Then I'll know the daily has now gone bearish. Something like this. That's all I need. If it can close like this on a Monday, then I know, okay, then we are still in this trade. That's why I'm still keeping it because uh it's still a clean trade. It's still very valid. And on the 4 hour time frame, you can see that if it does that, we already have our we already have our we already have our left shoulder, which is here, and we have the head, and we might have a possible right shoulder on its way to create this strong daily candle I'm looking at. So I'm just waiting for this break below, and then it will confirm our sales. Yeah, and we can catch our nice sale on that pair. This is Eurocard. And this is also a pair that respects NZD card or NZD USD. And if you remember, whenever we are below, we sell, and you can see market broke below again. So we anticipate this sell to repeat itself at this zone here, because it the same thing that happened here is what is happening at this point again. If I put on the 4 hour time frame, you can see we are having the nice retest, we are having the engulfing, we are having the nice retest, we are having the engulfing. So here I can't just enter because I wasn't looking at this pair last week. So this is just me trying to join this trend. And how do I catch this trend and capitalize off it? Uh, well, we're having the retest here, as you can see, and then we can see that there is no quite correct in the let me put in the forward time frame. In the forward time frame, as you can see, based on my strategy, you can see that this market was ready to go. If I was looking at this pair last week, I would have really just entered because, as I say, if we have that break, that strong aggressive break of the 4 hour time frame, confirming this uh head left shoulder, you can see we just wait for the pullback at the neckline. This is the pullback or this same pullback, then you can catch your sales. So if I was looking at this pair, I would have entered way back in my stop loss at this neckline, and my TP would have been down here. This is a nice 1 to 2. Yeah, so this would have been my setup, and you can clearly see that market is now respecting this zone. Yeah, so the only way I can tap in and join this trade is because if I look at the 2 hour, there's nothing clear. I look at the 1 hour, there's really nothing clear on this trade. So it's either just two things, and for me, I prefer selling at the OG level. So what I would want is just market to just open with a bit, just a small push to the upside, just maybe try to test the draw down a bit, then maybe then do something like this, then we can gladly sell this pair, because if I was to try and join based off the daily now becoming bearish, or the 1 hour becoming bearish, because you can see the 1 hour the 1 hour is actually still bearish. And maybe if I try to sell based off this break and this retest here, it's a nice trade, but it's just a bit riskier because this market can really even retest at this zone and people will still be in that trade compared to me, who's joining on the way to its target. Quite right, my stop loss might be smaller. Maybe it might have this rejection and have a small pullback like this, then I have to put my stop loss maybe at this point here, than my TP here. You know, it might be smaller like this, and yeah, I don't know, but I just prefer selling from here. But this is the first scenario I would join this trade, or hope for the market to just have the push here. But it's likely to have this second scenario, because why? If you look at NZD card, I'm waiting for this strong break. So once market goes up, even in card, it might start going up to respect the other scenario, and this trade might just be ruined. So the market is most likely to just drop, based off even this market has already tested this zone and respected the level. So uh that's it. I think that's what I'm expecting. Yeah, so and you can see this is where I got my first trade from. So we can have this trade. Oh, let's see what other pairs have. We're having USD, GBP I rarely trade this pair, but let's see what we have this week. So you can see this market is still very much bearish. Let's do this. You can see this market is still very much bearish on the weekly, and the daily is also is is now bearish too. Interesting, we're having a head and shoulder pattern, which you can see we have the head, we have the left, we have the head, we have the right, and so this is looking like a normal breakout to us, where we have to wait for it test, because this push did not actually break on this neckline with force. So it's having a bit of rejections here, So that just gives you a clear picture that once the daily breaks below, it's more likely to retest this zone, try it once more, then continue going down. Because this is now a bearish trend and it might continue being bearish, maybe even till it reaches down here. So that's it. And then yeah, it might just continue going down. So for me, what I'm really looking at this what I'm really looking at for me to take this trade is simply for this one, we are not having a head and shoulder in the 4 hour, but we're having a respect of structure in the 4 hour. You can see market was bullish, market became bearish, market retested this position here. Let me just do this. Yeah, we had the left head, right shoulder, we had the retest, we have the engulfing of the uh head and shoulder pattern. So what do we do? We can, if we want to enter, we can place this trade here and just, because it has to be on the right shoulder. And this now becomes a long trade. So I'm trying to reduce this, and what do? I can't really even put it here because uh I wasn't if this maybe happened on a Monday, then you might look for us to kind of like capitalize off it. So if let's try to drop this pair into lower time frames and see if there's anything actually making sense. So this is the this is the this is the 3 hour time frame, and this is the so you can see on the 2 hour time frame we are kind of like having a slight head and shoulder. We have the left, we have the potential head there, we have the head, we have the potential right. So what would be fun is if this market can simply just have a bit of push to the upside, then simply break. But on this case, I have to wait for retest because no, no, no. If I then simply break, then I'll enter based of how this market will break. If it will be aggressive way or a break where I have to wait conservative way. So that's how, and it's most likely to retest this because let's say if you entered on the 4 hour time frame and you put your stop loss right above here, you'll be in a bit drawdown. So the only way I can capitalize or join this trade is if this happens, like I'm telling you guys, I need another push to the upside on the 2 hour time frame, give me that potential right and give me the break, then I'll simply execute the sale. And this is now NZD CHF. Euro NZD, sorry. The daily is very much bearish now. You can see we're having a break at this point. You can clearly see it, but when you zoom in, you'll see that market actually broke below and the daily is now bearish. Even though the weekly is bullish, because you can see market has been trying its best to break below here and it's been failing, you know. So just here kills the trade, you know. It might look so clean and everything, but once I just see it's not breaking below, it becomes a riskier trade. Yes, there's a higher chance of this trade breaking and giving me everything I need, but what if it now chooses to go up? Because it didn't break. So this right here becomes a B setup whereby if I trade, I really have to hope for the weekly, respect the daily and the 4 hour, you know. So this just kills the trade. But if you want to take a B setup trade, this can be a perfect trade for you. So just that I'm not looking at this anymore. And then we have GPP AUD. This is the pair I lost money in last week. And the same thing that happened here is what really happened at this point where here. Yeah, you can see market stopped me out, then I caught the same trade. So even here I was expecting the same, it stopped me out. I was expecting to take this trade, but and you can see the way the 4 hour broke below. I was I was now waiting for the pullback to respect this zone. Then, oh, since you can see it retested this zone, now my anticipation was a possible right shoulder. Then I can sell, but because that's what really happened at this zone here. You see? Wait. That's what really happened at this zone here. We had the break, yes, stopped me out. You can see market stopped me out at this pair. And it was also the same thing. The head and shoulder wasn't clear. You can see here it's way clear, and I took my sales at this point just after the retest, and market just chose to go down. So even here it's the same thing. Uh, we can see that market this head and shoulder wasn't that clear, though, even though it had the left head and right. That's why I lost money. But it's okay. And the only way now we can join this trade is if market respects this level one more time here. I need this market to respect this level one more time. Because if you look at the daily, you can see that uh no, especially it shouldn't be here because this is the previous OG level. The new level we have is here. So now what I need in this market is simply just since it's already at this OG level, yes, I need a daily candle to close like this, then the next daily candle to have that rejection. Then I know once it does this, it will already have that head and shoulder I'm looking for. So for now, what I just need is a bit of price action here. It's already at the point where I can sell, but it's not just ready yet, but it's at this level where I can capitalize and take a trade. But I'm just waiting for a bit of my price action, you know. So it's retested, the 4 hour is respected, but maybe if we can have a 2 hour or a nice clear 1 hour head and shoulder, then we can simply take the sell. Then we have last but not the least, we have USD card. It was the daily is bullish, but the weekly is still bearish, and the 4 hour is bullish. So that just gives you the clear picture of what I'm waiting for. I just need this daily to just have a break and retest to then sell, you know. If I put this on the 4 hour, you can even clearly see that this is a very strong setup, setting up. So you can see I'm having a nice neckline here. You can see this nice neckline, and we have the left, we have the head. So what I need is a possible right shoulder at this point, then break, then I'll sell based off how it will break. Then we can capitalize off this. So this is a very a setup, but right now it's a seat setup. But once it changes like this, then we are good to go. So these are the setups that I have, and we have yeah, card, then GPP. Yeah, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pairs I'm looking at. For you can see here NZD card, NZD USD waiting for the break retest to sell. USD JPY waiting for market to tap at this point. Give me the retest sell. NZD card, GBP card, expecting a break and retest to then sell. Yeah, then expecting a possible right shoulder, head and shoulder pattern, the 2 hour time frame, then I can sell. This is GP card. Then NZD card, expecting for price to break below this level, and then I can sell. Uh, then I can sell. Then GBP USD, expecting for a possible head and shoulder pattern as well on the 2 hour time frame. Then I can sell. And GPAUD, same thing, just need a bit of price action, price to just have a deeper pullback in here, then I can sell. NZD USD and USD card, same thing, you can see need the break there, retest, then I can sell. And Euro card, need the break, retest at this point, then I can sell. Yeah, the only trade that I don't like here are these two, GBPUSD and GBPAUD, GBUSD and Euro card, because I need to wait a bit and see what the market really does. Because this same pair here can just simply change course and even end up giving me a perfect head and shoulder I'm looking for at this point. So I just have to be patient and observe what the market will do for me. But I'm looking for sales. Either it breaks below here and retest, or it breaks above a bit, then shifts there, then I can sell. So either way, I'll catch my sales. Then for Bitcoin, for now, I still wait for market to retest this zone here. Then we can sell. So